I'm back in the USSR, baby. I'm back in the home country.
He's back in Ukraine. Zach's
yeah,
back in
we
Ukraine.
fired Zach at a dam, and now Ukraine is now Crimea is flooded.
Zach is.
Speaking
Zach
of the
is
Ukraine, look who's here.
Wait, oh God, fuck. Zach, don't do this.
No.
Zach, this feels invasive.
Everyone wave to Vicky.
This feels very invasive, Zach.
No, she's probably watching like a town get bombed right now, so she's very focused on what's going on.
God,
Zach, your Wi-Fi is like,
it's a little choppy.
Good,
yeah,
great.
It's bad.
Oh no,
a little choppy, man.
Oh no,
there's something going on with it.
I like that string of unplugged Christmas lights though on the wall.
It does light up actually.
Who needs light switches?
It's like a college dorm room.
Yeah, that is very much the vibe.
Except Forever you and Vicky are super seniors.
This is a nice angle, Zach.
You and Vicky are like super duper seniors at this point.
What's the little alcove?
I just heard Sebastian. Did he just get like stabbed or something?
No,
he's just roll over Sebastian.
Did you just roll that desk chair over Sebastian? This is the exact reason I didn't have my dad on tonight.
Is it really?
She's being very respectful.
Yeah, exactly. This would not be happening if my dad were on.
How's it going, Mike?
I'm ready to be done.
Is it?
All right. For the listener,
I had a rough ass week.
I'm ready to be done.
Mike's dad is visiting from out of town.
I'm pretty much done.
Where's your dad living these days? He's at the sober living.
Who cares? He needs to go back to wherever he's living.
How much longer is he there for?
He leaves tomorrow, thank
God. All right. That's always how it is with family. Towards the end.
Is it with all family? Because about 48 hours in, I was like, oof.
I feel like with Mike, it's exacerbated a little bit.
We got 6 days left. We got. I was like, every time my dad comes to visit after 48 hours, I'm like, oh, this is why we don't really see each other too much. This is goddamn impossible. Like a week of hanging out with my dad is like 5 years. It requires like 5 years of trauma therapy.
You should have a secret spot in your house where you like etch like tally marks into the wall for every day.
I do. It's called my mind.
I mean, you've been going on a lot of hikes, Mike. It looks
I hike
nice.
Way ahead of him. I hike. Well, that's the secret. I hike way ahead of him.
So it's very solitary.
Do you try to lose him?
Oh yeah, all the time. I'm like, you should take that slope. I'm like, you should try to walk down that slope to the babbling brook. And he's like, looks a little rocky. And I'm like, you sure? Come on, man.
Oh, there's a secret waterfall up there. You just got to scale it. Come on.
Who knows what's behind that waterfall?
The other day we were hiking and he fell and like these kids ran up to him and asked him if he was okay, and he's like, besides the 2 strokes I've had, I'm feeling good. And they're like, did you just have a stroke? And he's like, no, in the past few years.
He is like, always on.
I have never met someone that's had a stroke that brings it up as much as him.
Well, he's happy. He's happy to have survived it, I assume. You know?
He's happy to have had them.
Okay.
They're notches in his belt.
How so?
I don't know. Something else to victimize himself over. Like, Zach, when you have a stroke, we'll never stop hearing about it.
Knock on wood.
But yeah, I'm pretty much done.
Yes. Knock on wood.
I'm pretty much done. He can get the hell out.
You've had enough quality time together.
How many spears has he made?
He hasn't made any spears. Let's see. He met Yvonne's dad the other night.
Oh, God.
What was that like?
And he immediately... So Yvonne's dad is a retired neurologist. So my dad immediately started talking about schizophrenia.
Which Well, that's more of a psychiatrist thing, right?
I know,
I don't know a lot about neurology.
Know. That's
Like,
that's how he finds
oh, you're a
that
brain
open.
guy, huh?
He's like I haven't met with too many patients like that. And my dad was like, I don't usually feel comfortable talking about this with people, but for some reason I feel comfortable talking to you about it. And I'm like, you just met this man. Like you've known this man for 10 minutes.
You're opening. Oh, I like how your dad, even in sobriety, has like a drunk guy demeanor. It's like, oh, your brain's searching. Yeah. Let me tell you about my mental trauma. Let me tell you about my deep dark secrets and fantasies.
I'm pretty sure he's been smoking the old roaches in my garage, so sobriety might be a
okay.
A loose concept, fuzzy.
Yeah. It's blurred lines, I guess.
Yeah, he is seeing blurry lines once he gets out of that garage. He's
Where's your dad
roaches now? From 2 years. I don't.
I mean, he might as well be calling himself Robin Thicke.
He's probably standing outside the door, ready to attack me once I walk out. Slander, Mike. This is slander. I couldn't even defend myself to the I Love You Mana program.
Get him on, man.
Yeah, get him on, man.
You're being very dishonorable, Mike. No,
good.
Good.
I am dishonorable. Good.
And we'll use this as a moment to plug. I
don't care about honor. Okay, I don't care. What am I honoring? The temple of shit.
Speaking of honoring a temple of shit. We have a Patreon. Patreon.com/ILYM. Season 2 of the Joe Lester sessions has just started off.
Got a lot of if you want to hear some crazy,
we got a lot of tape, folks.
It gets bad. It gets really bad.
He admitted to a very serious crime that I had to cut out of the first time he came onto the show. So I can't imagine what else he's got.
Yeah. What hot button issues does he touch on? Does he talk about January 6th?
He started screaming at me for not supporting the NRA.
Okay, there we go. We got gun control.
That's a blast from the past.
Yeah. He incriminated a bunch of my family members for things I'm pretty sure they didn't do.
Yeah, that was another thing I remember cutting out.
But he was like, Google it. He was like, just Google it then, huh? And so I'd Google it, and I'm like, yeah, nothing's coming up. And he's like, oh, Google's changed.
He thinks you can just Google everything that's ever happened.
Yeah.
I'm asking Google what I ate for lunch 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, lot of old stories. It's a good season. I mean, guys,
season, folks.
You like season 1, you're gonna like season 2.
Is it already in the can? Do you guys already got it?
We got it all.
It's all in the can, and now it's just all about a timed release, baby.
We got
slow drip.
What do we got?
Patreon.
Probably 6 or 7 eps.
Yeah.
Wow. Think of how many crimes he's that he's admitted to,
confessed to. Yeah.
I did kind of want to pick his brain on knives. I wanted to get his opinion on certain combat knives and whether or not they're worth
his number, Tor, I'll give it to you.
No, I'm just.
You want to call him?
I was like,
yeah. Tor, if you just start texting Joe about knives, how far?
He would love that, dude.
Don't tell him it's Tor. It's you, Tor. Just ask him about knives.
We should make that a Patreon tier, right? You
text my dad. Yeah,
$50 a month. You get his $50 a month. You get Mike's dad.
No, $10.
Wow.
$10. I'll give you my dad's phone number. How about this? If you just subscribe to the Patreon now for $5, I'll give you my dad's phone number. And he does not. He's
special deal, folks.
There's not a chance in hell he knows how to change it either. So that's a great deal. I mean,
yeah.
Do you think he knows how to block numbers? That's the real question.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, folks. For just $5 a month, a fountain of knowledge
He thinks
Right
my
at your
aunt is a
fingertips.
cocaine smuggler. I don't know what kind of reality he lives in anymore.
I love it. I got a targeted ad that like reminded me of your dad, Mike, and it was a company. I started blocking like every advertisement that pops up on Twitter, so eventually you get the good stuff. And this is a company called bettergeiger.com. And I just want to read this ad copy. I'm giving these guys free. All right, ready? This comment. So this is this is like somebody paid for this ad. Worried about nuclear war? ? Keep calm and buy a US-made Geiger counter. It might not help you survive, but at least the clicking sound is fun to spook your friends. Add in the optional uranium ore test sample for even more fun. And I gotta say, I'm starting to like ads again.
That's insane.
I'm ready for the nuclear war.
You're ready?
What is a better Geiger counter? What does it cost? What's it going to cost me?
Now that is a good text to send my dad.
Yeah, that's what made me think of. I was like, I like immediately thought of
what's a good Geiger counter?
Yeah,
the cost.
Well, this
you want to make sure you're not getting conned for Geiger counter.
You don't want to get one of these Amazon choice Geiger counters.
Yeah, you need American-made quality.
One of these fucking Bridgestone Geiger counters.
If you buy something that's worth more than what you paid, then are you getting pro'd?
Jesus Christ!
Instead of being conned.
Zach, did you do any sets in New York?
Yeah, I did. I did a bunch of sets in New York.
Really
fun. Yeah.
How did it go?
I was on Clay Park's show.
That's
Tiny
an
Boys.
open mic. Go ahead.
That's a show. That's a
Open
show.
mic?
But I did do a bunch of open mics. That's true.
Oh.
I was at the Pine Box.
Well, keep doing them.
Wow. Okay.
Did you get up at the cellar?
I did not get up at the cellar. No.
Zach,
I tried.
Zach opened for Dave Chappelle at the cellar.
I tried to get up at the cellar.
Zach, you weren't able to parlay your virality, your Twitter virality.
Dude, so many people said like, "Oh, you should like hit up like this show and tell them that you went viral." How do you think that's gonna go? I
saw Zach. You tried to do a repeat.
Yeah, kind of. I would say I'm more joshing on the concept, but sure.
I would call it a sequel, maybe.
Yeah, the sequel is never as good as the original.
No, it is. This isn't quite the Avatar 2 Way of Water. You know, it's not quite living up to the originals.
Slander.
No,
he's
praising Avatar 2. I'm praising Avatar 2.
Right. Thank you.
I'm pointing out. Now, I left at a perfect time. So I'm back in Minnesota, and I left at a perfect time because just 3 days after I left, the smog descended on New York City. It was like Monday or something.
We had that here for a few days too.
Yeah, you missed the smog here.
Yeah, exactly. It timed it great.
Zach's coming out on top. You know, maybe not top of the cellar.
Maybe not with the bits, but
maybe he's not making it to the comics table at the cellar. But you know, he's just he's doing it.
I'm looking at nothing right now.
I did find
I got bits. Are they the best bits? They might be like tiny tidbits.
Bits don't matter, dude. Comedy's done.
I did find out how much the Geiger counter costs and stuff. So it's $150 plus, and if you want the radioactive test material, got to add another $30. And then if you want the waterproof case, that's another $30. So $209 total.
Yeah, people got to stop writing bits and learn how to use a Geiger counter for the next 10 years.
Exactly. We should be building Pit Boys, not
Mike. When are you gonna make your New York tour? You could pop in and do a bunch of shows.
Never.
I mean, they won't pay you.
So never.
That's the thing about comedy in New York, right? Is that they don't
unpaid.
Yeah, everything's unpaid. Everyone's just doing it for the love of the game, which means mental illness.
Oh. Yeah,
You're inflicting mental damage on Mike right now.
I will never willingly go to New York for free. Nor will I go to LA probably.
For
That's a
free?
good rule.
Or do you mean that you will not do it on your own dime?
I mean, it's gonna take a lot.
Okay.
Well, let's talk.
Hey,
I have no reason to go.
Okay. If
I have
someone
everything
says,
I need here.
if someone says, Mike, we want to book you for a series of shows out on the East Coast, a little East Coast tour, you'd do it, right? You
How much a
treat
show?
your East Coast fans.
How much a show?
Okay, let's say 300 a show.
No.
4 figures.
I don't care about money anymore, dude.
Yes.
I'm fine. I got everything I need here. I work remote. Comedy's dead.
You know who else doesn't care about money anymore? Some of the golfers in the PGA. I've heard there's some.
Here's the huge announcement, boys,
Yes.
and we've actually been covering this on the program for quite some time. It was announced Monday that the PGA and LIV Golf will be merging.
Yes.
They are
Wow, that's
together.
incredible.
They are coming together as one. I don't even think it's a calendar year after the PGA went on a media bash of Phil Mickelson because he was the first golfer to jump. But
so I've seen some memes about this. Is this like a merger of equals, or is this actually
the PGA begged LIV?
Wow. So LIV is like subsuming PGA.
Pretty much. And here's the fact. So at the beginning of all of this, the PGA stated that anyone that went to LIV, like any golfer that went to LIV, would never golf for the PGA again. And they went back on that in 6 months. So now everyone that got the bag, that went over to LIV to get the bag, is coming back to the PGA. And every golfer that didn't go to LIV, that a good example is Colin Morikawa. He's won a couple events, but he was offered $100 million to go over to LIV for 2 years. He turned it down out of loyalty to the PGA. And to put into terms the type of win streak he'd have to go on in the PGA to make $100 million, I did the math. He would have to place top 5 in the next 50 events, which is impossible.
That's his whole life.
Yeah,
that's
pretty.
That's 2 careers. That's essentially 2 careers worth of top 5s, which I mean he'll never touch. So a lot of golfers are kicking themselves. Basically the 2024 season will be a LIV PGA joint venture.
And Mike, LIV has the money, right? Because they
got all the money.
They got the money because
they got the Saudi
owned
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia has the money.
Right.
LIV is just the river. LIV is the river that the liquid money is flowing
the
through
vessel
right now.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia
PGA was kind of running out. It was looking a little dicey.
The PGA, not only is it running out, but the viewership has gone down, the interest has gone down. They LIV poached enough of their top golfers where kind of the entertainment has come down. LIV golfers came and participated in the last 5 PGA Tour events and kind of dominated the top 10. Brooks Koepka just won the Masters. I mean, the PGA totally shot themselves in the fucking foot. It's pretty funny when you think about it.
I want to point out that this is not just the Saudi are launching a comprehensive sports washing campaign. That's not just golf. They're signing. They're trying to sign every retirement age major soccer player. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo plays there. Cristiano Ronaldo plays in Saudi Arabia.
My God!
They signed this other soccer player to. It was this week they signed him to $1.2 billion
maybe
2 years.
Karim Benzema.
Yes. 600 million a year.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, these are nearing 40 years old. They're just
washed.
They're godlike players, but like Karim Benzema has been doping for like the last decade,
I mean,
so
they're
he's probably
aging
still in good
out,
shape.
right?
Well, yeah, they are definitely aging out. These are both. This is like so. This is a conspiracy theory I have. I'm gonna lay it out there. Real Madrid is a very, very well connected club that the Spanish soccer in general has a lot of doping issues, but Real Madrid, well connected, well established, able to skirt the rules a little bit. They're like the biggest club in the world. And it just is a little suspicious to me that multiple players are having the best seasons of their career in their mid 30s. Like by the time you're 30, your career as a soccer player is pretty much over. You're not getting any better. But we have Karim Benzema is a perfect example. He had his highest scoring his highest scoring season. He's a striker, so that's like a good metric of it. Last season at 34 years old, his best season at 34 years old. Luka Modric is an amazing midfielder, generational talent. He played for Tottenham Hotspur, which is a team I like to follow a while ago. And he was never known for his stamina or anything. But lo and behold, at 35 years old now, when he's playing for Real Madrid, he's playing every game 90 minutes and just tearing it up. No one's saying anything. I feel like I'm going crazy. Sorry.
They're on the juice tour?
Yeah. The other thing that's interesting about the PGA-LIV thing is the PGA, at the beginning of this LIV endeavor, said well, we're the league with class, we're the league with honor, we're not about
also the
money.
history.
It's about it's about history and tradition. It's about
the name brand, really.
Yeah. Whereas it's LIV has established their name brand in pretty much less than a year. They're very casual. There's concerts at the events. There's fucking gigantic air conditioned beer tents. They play music while the guys golf. A guy made a hole-in-one to a Kodak Black song at LIV Australia. Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
What you're saying, Mike,
it's awesome.
What you're saying, Mike, is that the PGA kind of thumbed its nose at Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia took that personally. It was I'm going to build a gigantic robot made out of money to break your back over.
Yeah.
And it's a very cool robot. It's very
got air
confused with them.
It's a robot that everyone likes better than it's like that. The old trope of the doppelganger, right?
Yeah.
Guy who's pretending to be you, except everyone likes the doppelganger more, and then they're just we're gonna shoot the original guy. We don't care. This guy's got Kodak Black.
Like you and Aaron.
It took a slave state to reignite the world's interest in golf.
I mean, that's kind of appropriate.
That's perfect. It took a slave state.
There are more people living in conditions of slavery now than there has been in the entire history of the world.
Listen to what the fuck we're talking about.
I'm just saying.
Zach's asking why I don't want to go to New York.
Wait, how does that have to do with anything?
Because it's all meaningless, dude. It's meaningless. None of it matters. It doesn't matter where you go. There's more people enslaved than there's ever been before.
Oh my god.
And on that note, Lord of the Rings spoilers.
That shit doesn't matter either.
Real quick,
Shit doesn't matter either.
I real quick, I want to say one thing to anyone who's just graduating high school or something, or even younger if you're listening.
Oh, you're doomed. Let me tell you something. Listen, if you're just graduating high school, that means you spent the majority of your high school probably locked down with COVID, which means neurologically you're fucked already. So here's my suggestion. Instead of going the clout route, seek mental health counseling.
I would say whatever like mental issues develop from lockdown or whatever, crush them in your mind vice and make as much money as you humanly can. Just
but how,
start
Tor?
being by being a backstabbing piece of shit. Like just be the biggest piece of shit. Like forego everything for money.
Right.
Like that's the only way you're getting out of it.
That's what the PGA did.
Yeah, basically.
That's exactly.
Get that Saudi money.
Pieces
of
shit.
Go work for Saudi Arabia. Go work for BlackRock. Go work for literally think of the most evil corporation
I would say too.
And go work for them.
What's wrong with BlackRock?
Think of the first wave to go. Like con the elderly.
Okay.
Figure out ways to con the elderly. Figure out telemarketing, identity theft.
Boomers are the last like untapped. Like they have wealth. They've got wealth. You got to figure out how to get one over on them.
My dad has so much money, and I have no fucking idea how he makes it.
Yeah, why do you think I'm living with my mom? It's in rules. There's so many free snacks. I didn't buy this beer.
You didn't. You're not even paying for your own booze. All right. I'm sorry. We should talk about Lord of the Rings.
Creaky.
Yeah, it's pretty
the chair's pretty creaky.
Oh, I'm trying to. Maybe I can swap it out.
Maybe we
can saving on rent. Invest in a chair that doesn't sound like haunted house floorboards,
or just be really still.
It's a little spooky motif to it.
I won't lean back. Okay. I'm gonna. What was the name of that entrepreneur? It was an entrepreneur book. It was like a girl boss book. It was like Lean Forward. It was by the Facebook CEO. Lean in.
God, that's a callback. Sheryl Sandberg, I think her name was.
Yes, Tor. What a pull. That's
I
impressive.
I know all my evil people. I know all evil people. That's. I'm trying to be like.
It's good to know the evil ones.
Yeah, it's like this is the best advice ever. Like find somebody who's like doing like what you want to do and just copy them. Don't like put your own spin on it. Just
honestly,
that person.
Incredible advice. Truly good advice.
You basically explain TikTok trends. You basically just explained every trend or like Twitter, like all tweets are just like templates.
That's true. I mean,
they're just templates of jokes. That's why people are like, "Oh, you should come here. You should come there." Well, why? Why? I don't want to perform in front of you.
Mike, you're the real article.
You can't even save yourselves. Well, what am I gonna help you forget about the impending doom we're all about to suffer?
Mike is turning into Rorschach from Watchmen.
Well, I mean, honestly,
you're not locked in. I'm not locked in. We're with you.
No, I'm not locked in with anyone. I don't want to go anywhere.
No,
I'm specifically thinking about the monologue where he's like, the city will like reach out and like ask me for help, and I will say no.
Oh yeah.
It's a great monologue.
No, but
I'm done.
There is like a didactic message Mike's going. It's part of the suffering and death.
Oh yeah, it's the fear of God.
This is Mahatma Lester.
It's the fear of God. Did we fear God, or did God put the fear in us? It's a question we'll never be able to answer.
Do you think the suffering that has been inflicted upon you this week, via your father, is that are you going to come out more powerful because of it?
You don't come out more powerful from suffering. This isn't a Batman movie.
Well, maybe keep track of your
down.
Maybe keep track of your mood after it leaves, and you'll have like a nice little spike elevation in it.
I don't.
You get a nice little.
Yeah. Do you think your dad's like a chili pepper? It's painful in the moment, but afterwards it burns so good.
I don't know. Do chili pepper burns last for 8 days?
I mean, no. They last for a while, like when you put it in your mouth, and then the pain goes away, but then it comes out. It comes back once it works its way through your digestive system.
Yeah, it's got a second life through your bunghole.
Yeah,
but maybe it's like the miracle of Hanukkah. It's the father that it is supposed to stay for 1 day, but it lasted for 8 days.
You know, if you join the I Love You Man at Patreon, you can text my dad about Hanukkah and see what he has to say.
$5, folks. $5 a month.
That's a pretty.
He's got some real interesting opinions.
That's a spicy meatball right there.
It's a spicy matzo ball.
Yeah, yeah.
Bell, you wanted to talk about Lord of the Rings, though, right?
No, I mean, that was more of a bit that, let's talk about Lord of the Rings.
What's the point of talking about anything? We should just run it through ChatGPT and see what that thinks.
Maybe we should make a Mike like
What's
AI.
the point of thinking?
Oh, speaking of making a Mike AI, Tor, I want to make you into a VTuber. Can we do that? It's like right there. It's pretty easy.
Okay, so I learned.
Honestly, he should VTube for these podcasts.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
I could give it a try. I just want to know the insane like synchronicity here, though. Like literally, I was like watching a video on like the downfall of a VTuber, and so I learned what a VTuber was, and then hours later I see Mike posting about like making me into a VTuber, and I'm just like, what is
that?
That
does speak to divine the divine, because I've been sitting on that. That is truly an intrusive thought. I thought of that a few days ago, but didn't
What were
tweet
you
it to
doing when you thought of it?
Probably uploading. I think it's when I uploaded last week's ep, and I was marveling at actually seeing Tor.
Yeah, that was a great app. I watched it. Listened while I worked, and the Tor dash cam, man.
Tor dash cam.
We need more.
Maybe that's another Patreon thing.
Just you get to
Tor
ride along.
Tor's cursing humanity as he gets stiff. I want to know. I'm so glad we ended it when we did, because I was minutes away from giving out a person's name, address, and phone number.
Oh yeah.
$100 order.
Zach and Citric looked quite terrifying in that lighting too.
Yeah, you kind of have a little.
The webcam was not good.
They looked
it
like
was
they were
suboptimal.
They were like cleaning a gun or something.
It looked like New York.
Yeah, making the thumbnail hurt me because it was like 10 pixels.
It was like hostage. It was like a hostage.
Yeah.
Citric is really kind of fascinating because he's the kind of guy who has like, a giant TV, and he's got a giant monitor for playing Nintendo Switch, and he's one of these two monitor guys for work, right? He's got a vertical monitor and a horizontal monitor for like programming, and he's got all this stuff. And then his like setup for podcasting, which he has, admittedly he said he hadn't used it in a little bit, is like this 2015 MacBook.
But is he a podcaster?
Nope, not even.
He used to be on Dragon Ball Super,
Ballin' Out Super,
yeah, which was a spin-off podcast
I like that app.
I think it was a spin-off of Pod Damn America. It was with Alex Patak.
It just had Alex Patak in it.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super was like an OG show. Yeah,
they just talked about Dragon Ball Z. They're just chilling, talking. I actually listened to an episode before too. I thought it was pretty fun. I just like
why would I bring children into this world?
So they can listen to such great podcasts like Balling Out Super.
Daddy, what did you used to do? Well,
and I love you, Mana.
Before Tor and Zach died, we had a podcast.
So I'm alive in this scenario?
Yeah, of course, Belly.
Okay.
Belly, you're the ruler of
a war band.
Belly, of course you're alive.
Belly is the anointed king of Oakland. He's got an army of dogs that he fostered.
Zach's gonna die. Zach's gonna die in a house fire with his mom, and Tor will just disappear off the face of the earth.
I feel like I'd survive, but like just in the woods, like naked and just like
you would live with my dad. I imagine you naked, just piggybacking my naked father through the woods.
Talk about intrusive thought. This is taking precedent now.
This is interesting now. What kind of post-apocalyptic like warlord would you guys be?
No,
I'm already there.
That's true.
I'm already there. I would just be golfing and no one would ever hear from me again. I would just find like the world would go down. I'd lose everyone that I hold near and dear, and then I would just walk Purcell Farms in Alabama and play that course till the end of time.
I have. So Mike is golfing. He becomes like known as just like this strange ghostly figure out on the links, and as soon as he attracts a following. They want to know what this guy has to say. What is his philosophy?
I have nothing to say.
Yes, but that in and of itself is a statement. They realize that like absence of rhetoric is the true rhetoric.
Whoa,
and you grow a following, and you become,
like he doesn't say anything. It's so deep.
But you become.
That's what meditating is, man.
It's so remarkable.
Yeah.
So you just have this army of people armed with golf clubs that you just like that will just defend you to their death without you even saying anything. You're just playing the links, and anytime somebody tries to get like close, like some like rival gang comes in on you, they just like immediately like as soon as they step onto the green, they're just immediately surrounded by like 10 hooded figures all wielding golf clubs. And they just send upon the intruder and deal with them appropriately.
I love these ideas.
If you want to follow me, that's great, but I mean, it's not great. I don't really care if you follow me or not.
Suffering and death.
Follow Mike on the golf course. Follow Mike on Instagram. He's got some great reels.
Just stop.
Just stop. Belly, I feel like you would be.
Go outside.
That would be right.
You'd have like. I feel like you would have like an army of animals at your beck and call.
I like this. I like this angle. Yeah.
I think Belly would die saving someone. I don't think he'd last because he's too heroic.
I might die saving my dog.
He would it would be like I Am Legend. He'd like jump into the fire to save his dog and then both get incinerated.
I would be happy to go out that way, to be clear.
Belly, I think you played so much like Horizon Forbidden West that like you're prepared for the end of the world already. You've played Dwarf Fortress, right? You're a big Dwarf Fortress head, so you know how to rebuild civilization from next to nothing. You know, this is why I see you like coming out top of the heap.
But he's gonna get like gunned down saving an orphanage or something.
Yeah, I don't think I have the heart. I don't know.
No,
the heart is in the wrong way.
But you don't have the absence of heart you need to be a cockroach.
Yeah.
But like there's a statue enacted to Belly.
You're gone for like right away.
Oh, Sebastian.
I feel like Zach would move underground.
Zach
would be a mole person.
Not necessarily a mole person, but he'd have some sort of underground bunker, like underground tunnel.
Sebastian is getting thrown into like a fucking ravaging river, probably.
Don't say that, bro.
No.
Victoria would be like, Sebastian, save yourself. And she just throws him into a river.
I see Victoria with like an eye patch. Like,
save yourself. We will come for you with this ship. Zach would become a pirate.
Tor, I think you get felled by the Balrog, but then you come back of Tor the White.
Tor would be shot.
No,
Tor, he's such a big target.
That's true.
Tor, I'd be a berserker. I'd be shooting.
If you just get naked immediately and just, I think that would be.
I love how it always involves Tor getting naked.
Yeah, but everyone would be so in awe of that. I think that
everyone would want to sip.
You would have the jump on everyone
from Tor's penis. They'd want to sip from his penis.
Imagine like just a 6'7" giant naked running at you. Like
I'd be like, that's my buddy Tor.
I'm gonna shave off all my head and just become Judge Holden.
You're gonna become
honestly,
you're gonna become baby cakes, dude. You should just shave yourself completely bald.
I saw
just
that they were
run
making
berserker mode in a diaper.
I saw that they were making a Blood Meridian movie, and I was looking at myself, and I'm like, yeah, I could probably maybe pull that off.
I do actually. This is giving me, and also, if there are any artists listening, please make the apocalypse versions of us. This is
or learn a trade.
Learn a trade
that AI can't take away from you, which it will in about
like plumbing or something.
2 months. Yeah, learn to fix the wires that will be hanging out of your walls and ceiling.
Yeah.
Once the first wave of drone bombs hit.
I don't know. Maybe learn how to fix a car.
Cool.
You will need that too, because you won't be able to get away on foot. Not from what's coming.
The spice will continue to flow, even after everything's gone to shit.
Speaking of transportation, my bike. Did you guys know this? That last Friday I was working at Corner Bar, and when I got out, I stayed too late. I got this comment in New York. The people were telling me that no one hangs in Minneapolis comedy anymore. So I was trying to hang. Right.
What is there to hang out? Why hang out?
Because I don't know, socialize, whatever.
Who do you love?
I love Comrade.
You love yourself?
I love Ebenezer. I love Ate. I'll tell you about Ate. Ate rules. Ate Akinde, very funny comic. I think he's hosting.
Zach, who do you hate on record?
Yeah, come on. Talk shit.
Yeah, we're gonna do this soon. We're gonna get to the Lord of the Rings stuff soon.
I feel a real level of indifference.
Oh wait, you do, Mike?
Yes.
You feel indifference to comedy? That's crazy, bro.
Yes.
So, okay, I got out at 2 a.m. because I was hanging out and chopping it up and having fun with friends. And when I come back out, also I was drinking. I was getting a little bit too drunk. I had fireball shots. So Zach was like not in a good spot. And then he shows up at his bicycle and the back wheel was stolen. So my bike got jacked.
Who steals a wheel? They didn't even take the frame. They took a wheel?
It's
because
it's probably a comic. It's probably a comic took it.
Yeah, it was probably a comic I didn't put up at the open mic.
They're gonna use it for like a robot costume or some shit.
They're gonna use it in like a voodoo potion to hex me for not giving them 3 minutes at the Corner Bar open mic. But I had to go and buy a new wheel and get that fixed up, and that's like expensive. Like wheels are not cheap. Wheels.
So Zach, I have a question about this whole story for you.
Mm-hmm. I just want to shout out Ate because Ate gave me a ride home. What a king!
Okay, is that the point that Ate gave you a ride home?
Yeah, he was very, very, very kind of him.
Is the moral that you shouldn't have hung out with people?
The moral is that you hang
out, you get robbed.
I'm now steeled against the kind of cutthroat nature of the wasteland, right? In the wasteland, people are going to be stealing bike wheels left and right. And now I know I just have to double lock up everything.
They'll be skinning you alive, Zach. They'll be skinning you alive for sport. Your bike will be the furthest thing from
the apocalypse.
From
like
your mind. You'll be like, I hope my bike's okay. You'll be pinned down by 5 just fucking drifters as they skin your face off.
It's like Mad Max and Zach
they'll be skinning your face off with a fucking apple peeler or some shit. Something horrific. So
I don't. The flayed man.
Huh?
There you go. Yeah, Zach is a flayed pirate.
The flayed man. He's got all his skin off.
What was his name? Creature. You'll be like arsehole face.
That's actually a real character. There's a character in Alan Moore.
It's in Creature. It's called. He like shoots himself through the face, and his face looks like a butthole the rest of his life.
Oh yeah, no. There's actually. I think that might have been. So there's a character in Alan Moore's Providence series. I think it's one of his Lovecraft ones. But there's a guy and is like he talks in like this weird like kind of slurred speech, and he's got like a veil over his like mouth. Finally, at the end, he reveals like his mouth, and it's just a butthole. Because
that'll be Zach.
Alan Moore is insane. No, I just thought of that guy because he was funny.
Speaking of thinking of guys, so are we doing this?
Are we
in the
trying
last
to transition
15 minutes?
All right, let me quickly do a very short cold open.
Oh, you have a cold open?
At its head there rode a tall and evil shape, mounted upon a black horse, as if the horse it was, for it was huge and hideous, and its face was a frightful mask, more like a skull than that of a living head, and in its sockets of its eyes and in its nostrils burned a flame. The rider was robed in all black, and black was his lofty helm. Yet it was no ringwraith, but a living man. The lieutenant of the Tower of Barad-dûr he was, and his name is remembered in no tale, for he himself had forgotten it. And he said, "I am the mouth of Ricky Ramen. You mash up the noodles and the spice packet, and that's pretty much the soup." Tonight, we talk about Lord of the Rings spoilers, Magic's newest upcoming set in their Universes Beyond series. And this is I Love You, Mana.
The completely uncontroversial Lord of the Rings set.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Zach. That was very good. You're getting good at reading the cold opens. I like how
that was a nice view of your neck. And
I'm creating to read the text.
I don't know if we'll ever see Ricky on this program again.
That's all right. But we can reminisce fondly of him. You know,
his
was a great
return
character.
His return has been prophesized. It might not come in our lifetimes.
Oh, it won't.
Ricky is always with me, so whatever happens. That's what I'll say.
All right. Have you guys been looking at this set at all?
No,
not really.
I've seen parts of it. It doesn't seem very powerful.
I don't play this game.
One thing I've been noticing, and since I've noticed it, it's really hard for me not to see it, is that they have to be distinct from the movies, right? Because they have the licensing to the book, but they don't have the licensing to the movies, right? So they need to make Sauron, and all the characters look different, right? I mentioned this before. And Sauron, they gave him this helmet because they can't just do like the eye the way that the movies did.
That's not a bad thing, though. I mean, I feel like you get more mileage. I feel like lore-wise, you get more mileage out of the book, but like as far as mass appeal and how well it moves, like the movies would have helped way more.
I mean, I think you're totally right, Mike. I think it's really cool seeing stuff from the books that wasn't in the movies. For example, we'll get to Sharky later. I love Sharky.
Yeah, I mean, that's just capitalism.
But since I saw Sauron, the helmet of Sauron, and this might be useful to look visually for the listener.
I've got it.
This to me looks like Ricky Ramen's like ramen hat. Ooh. I cannot not see Ricky Ramen's ramen hat in Sauron's helm.
I can see it.
So
yeah.
That to you looks like a ramen wrapper.
Kinda, honestly.
I see it.
Very square.
I see it.
It's a ramen wrapper with solar shields.
It's kind of like, those are the top half of the face. You know, I think it might just be the orangeness of the whole thing too.
There's a lot of orange.
I wonder the damage that marijuana did to my brain long term.
Well, you never know. That's just one of life's mysteries.
Also,
one of the great mysteries.
I relate to Sauron sort of like one of the things that I will say about the set is I really appreciate the kind of representation of different types of people in this set. For example, Sauron with 3 missing fingers. That's nice to have a character that finally kind of represents me in a card.
That's nice, Zach.
Evil, conniving, missing fingers. That's great. We love that.
What makes you evil?
Uh-huh.
Do you truly feel evil and conniving?
No, Mike, I'm making a joke.
Because I find that way more interesting. Well, I'm not clowning around anymore. So.
Okay. Should we look at okay? I mentioned Sharky, right? I love the fact that they're doing Sharky, which is Saruman. Tor had Saruman of the many colors. I don't know where Sharky is. He's not a mythic. But like Sharky is Saruman after he loses at Isengard and he goes to the Shire and he tries to take over the Shire and he becomes just like a kind of a low life gangster, which is weird because he's like kind of a god. He's a wizard, but he's just like become this gangster of the Shire. And the card,
how do you spell it?
It's literally spelled like SHAR.
Tor, do you want to jump to Scryfall? Not to.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Scryfall's
easier.
Yeah. Mythic spoiler.
I just hit the first one I saw.
No, it's all G. Mythic spoiler always like tanks my computer. It takes so long to load.
Go, because they need to get that ad revenue.
Yeah.
Scryfall has a Patreon, by the way. And hey, if you have already spared the $5 to get the Joe Lester texting phone number, you consider spending $5 on Scryfall to help the guys keep this website up.
All right,
so Sharky is a 4-mana 2/4 Avatar Rogue. Avatar is what they're doing for all of the Valar or whatever. And basically, he's literally sitting on your opponent's lands. Activated abilities of lands your opponents control can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Sharky, Tyrant of the Shire, has all activated abilities of lands your opponent control except for mana abilities. And then mana of any type can be spent to activate his abilities. So he steals all your opponent's utility lands. He turns off all their fetch lands. And if you want to get your land's abilities back, you got to get Sharky out of there.
Has anything ever been printed like that before? I know there's been some like non-basic land hate before, but
I mean, I don't know if this is completely unique, but this is nice that this can be a commander if you just want to mess with your friend's utility lands.
I mean, it's not hard to get around, though.
No, you just kill them, or you run basics.
Guys to removal.
I do want to shout out Legendary.
Oh yeah, is it?
Oh yeah.
Or what are your thoughts on Shelob?
I have not read it yet. I didn't even like. Oh, dude, other spiders you control. Great.
Tor, read this card. It's
Tor,
a banger.
Okay, fine. Shelob, child of Ungoliant. I can't remember.
It's a child.
Yeah, no, it's Ungoliant was like it was like the guy before Sauron, the guy who like Sauron usurped.
That's Melkor. I'm sorry to be the Lord of the Rings door.
Yeah, no, but Melkor did something with Ungoliant and like
yes, that's
formed,
true.
Like, a partnership, and then Ungoliant like bit into like a tree and like sucked all the life out of everything.
Exactly,
like
Ungoliant killed the 2 trees that used to light up the world.
I would coexist with Shelob.
Dude, I would love. Maybe I could be. Maybe that's the post-apocalyptic thing. Just a spider.
You need just swarms of spiders.
Lots of spiders.
Still naked or riding.
Still naked. You open a satchel and a bunch of spiders just spew out of there.
I have a banana hammock made out of black widows.
All right, so Tor, read the text of this card.
You just die to your own banana hammock.
No, that would be my butt.
You just die to your own banana hammock.
And they have necrotizing venom too.
They'd be like, what's that naked guy writhing on the ground about?
Why does he have a festering wound where his cock should be?
You get your cock necrotized.
If that's the price I have to pay to have a loyal army.
Yeah, you gotta train them, and all training comes with rough patches.
Yeah, the female spiders are kind of like the alpha dogs in the spider world, so they wouldn't really want to be subservient to a man unless that man had his junk necrotized off.
That's good. That's good character building. I like it, Tor. It checks out.
I'm the spider eunuch.
You have to give something to the spiders to earn their respect. You have to give something to take
forest.
something.
Yeah.
God. Okay, I'll reach to lobe down. Death Touch Ward 2. Other spiders you control have Death Touch in Ward 2. Whenever another creature dealt damage this turn by a spider you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a food artifact.
Your dick gets necrotized and becomes a food artifact.
It's like wrapped up in a silk cocoon, and I just carry it around. I got like a necklace.
Yeah, it should be like a necklace, a pendant.
It's the talisman I use to control the spiders.
Yeah, they go. It's just a swarm goes wherever you put it. It's like a light.
Throw it at you, you immediately get swarmed by spiders.
That's what it is. That's perfect.
I throw it over my shoulder like it's a hand grenade.
Yeah, you have like a slingshot. Like you throw it in a sling and whip it around. They're like, "What's he whipping?" And it's like, "Is this a dried up earthworm?" And then you just get fucking mobbed by spiders.
What the hell is this? A rotten carrot?
Yeah, the last words. Famous last words.
Is this a rotten carrot? Well, this was a good app. I'll see y'all next week.
There's one more.
Did you even read the card?
He did. Tor read it.
That's how we got the idea of talisman.
Zach, there's so many of these coming out. It's just in one ear, out the other now.
Okay, but there is an important development. Tor likes his spiders. What do I like?
Dwarves.
My dwarves. I just saw something. Tor, let's see if you can find it.
What is it?
Okay, keep scrolling. I think up.
Oh, sorry.
Scroll up.
I think Belly linked it, but it's okay.
Guys, you got to be watching on YouTube.
Yeah, folks.
Yes, check
We're
out
on YouTube now.
Do you have the name, Belly?
It's glowing.
It's
Gimli's
glowing.
father.
Oh, so
search it.
It's a G?
Yeah, but I think the Scryfall.
I got it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Go down. I saw it.
Oh, GLO with an accent.
That Gimli.
There it is.
It's in like German. There's Gimli. Go down. I want to talk about glowing.
There, okay, this guy.
We can talk about if I had to choose, I would talk about glowing over Gimli. TBH.
This is my dad.
Is this triggering?
And this guy,
that's me at the table.
Yes.
There's Mike.
This is literally my dad incriminating my Aunt Kim at dinner and me just watching that.
I tell you, she's smuggling cocaine.
I know the type of weight she moves. She didn't work for the healthcare system.
How do you think?
This card's really good.
Yeah, this card's really good. Can I also point out Glóin
has
his belt over his beard?
Did I lose you guys?
That's pretty slick.
No,
it's tucked into his it's tucked in. That's nice.
Yeah, the beard is tucked in. Does your dad do that?
Never noticed.
Sorry. Sorry, too soon.
He doesn't have a beard long enough.
Uh-huh.
And he keeps shaving his beard off, and he has no chin, and it's
it's upsetting to look upon.
It's brutal. I'm like,
okay, I'll read Glóin.
He does have a
Glóin Dwarf Emissary. 2 and a red, legendary dwarf advisor. 3/3. Wow. Whenever you cast a historic spell, create a treasure token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Tap, sacrifice a treasure, goad target creature. I mean, that's nice, man. I love that.
Kind of an unorthodox removal type guy, but also with
go back up to the art.
I mean, it's a politics tool.
I mean,
you play it in an artifacts deck.
This is insane. This is insane. What this art is.
I love it.
I've lived this art.
I love this so much.
This was just off screen are some like rocks he's arranged in a nice
just replace like the goblet with like a pineapple Monster Energy drink, and this is it.
That is a good flavor of Monster Energy, I have to say. The pineapple, the gold can.
It disgusts me, dude.
You know, like
I mean, presumably everyone's waiting for him to finish his speech, finish his toast, so they can drink, and he's going on and on and on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it is kind of nice
this is my dad. This is my dad talking to any restaurant server.
He's not getting into combat himself, but he's using his treasure to kind of set people off to fight, which is, it feels flavorful, you know, like he's an old man, but he's giving his money to the cause.
Manipulating people to fight each other.
Yeah, that sounds familiar too.
Goat is pretty powerful in Commander, to be honest.
Like he's goading you against your aunt.
He's not though. He's goading the wrong person.
He's attempting to.
It's like, bro, I'm 30 years old. This worked when I was like 10.
Okay. Now Tor cares about a creature type. I did want to shout out a goblin that is quite good. All
right, we're at an hour, so we got to wrap this up.
So this is our last card. I just want to say before we close, I know some people have been saying this set looks weak. I don't believe them. I think this set's powerful. The set's modern legal, and there are some like big standouts. But we're gonna ignore them all. We're gonna focus on Moria Marauder. It's a goblin, 2-mana goblin.
Oh, it was near Glóining, I think.
There it is. No, it's right there.
Glóining.
Now this is a goblin that tore my life.
Yeah, that's
Glóin.
That's gonna slot in right.
That's Glóin's wife. Oh, Glóin. You're Glóining.
Yeah, that was Glóin's wife when they made Gimli.
You're Glóining. I'm Glóining.
Tor, you want to read this card?
Double strike.
Glóin on me.
Glóin. Glóin.
You're Glóining.
Glóin. Two red
Glóining in me.
Glóin. 2-mana double strike.
You're Glóining in me.
Glóin.
You're Glóining all over me.
Whenever a goblin or orc you control deals combat damage, Glóin.
I swallowed your Glóin.
Glóin. Whenever he says Glóin, I have to say Glóin. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. Whenever a goblin you control deals combat damage,
I swallowed your Glóin.
Glóin. Exile the top card of your library.
You can Glóin, honey. You can Glóin.
I spit out the Glóin.
Glóin.
Just finish it, Tor.
I did finish
it, Glóin.
Glóin. Whenever a goblin or orc controls deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn.
We did it! Lord of the Rings, baby!
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good for my Izib.
It is interesting with double strike.
All right, folks, we love you.
With double strike, you get 2 of them.
Glóin on.
I agree with that. Glóin on.
We love you.
Glóin.
We love you, Glóins.
Glóin.
Glóin it up.
Glóin.